Welcome back to Genre. I'm your host, Elise.
And I'm Katie.
And this week we're talking about The Night and the Moth by Rachel Gillig. This one was my pick. Should I read the summary for everybody?
Yes.
Okay. Sybil Delling has spent 9 years dreaming of having no dreams at all. Like the other foundling girls who traded a decade of service for a home in the great cathedral, Sybil is a diviner. In her dream, she receives visions from 6 unearthly figures known as omens. From them, she can predict terrible things before they occur, and the lords and common folks alike travel across the kingdom of Trum's windswept moors to learn their futures by her dreams. Just as she and her sister diviners near the end of their service, a mysterious knight arrives to the cathedral. Rude, heretical, and devilishly handsome, the knight Roderick has no respect for Sybil's visions. But when Sybil's fellow diviners begin to vanish one by one, she has no choice but to seek help in finding them, for the world outside the cathedral's cloisters is wrought with peril. Only the gods have the answers she is seeking, and as much as she'd rather avoid Roderick's dark eyes and sharp tongue, only a heretic can defeat a god.
Bum,
Bum, bum, bum.
That's amazing.
That is, honestly, the only a heretic can defeat a god. I didn't know that's how it ended. Strong.
Very strong.
Strong way to end. All right, but before we get into it, we have some things to say. This week, we actually have a very special guest for We Have Some Things to Say. We sat down with Katie's best friend since childhood, Erica, to talk more about Bourbon and Lies because she read it after she listened to our podcast and has a lot of questions and things to say about, I think, romance books in general, but this book in specific. So we sat down for a little interview with her. Hi, guys. This is a very special segment that we are recording with Katie's best friend of, I think, 1 million years, Erica, where we're going to talk a little bit more about Bourbon and Lies and romance books in general, because Erica listened to the pod and I believe listened to Bourbon and Lies and has now found a new favorite genre. Is that accurate? Is that an accurate?
I mean, I'm sold.
And we have a lot to talk about. Erica in particular wanted to tell me a few things about this, so we figured we'd record it. And we'd put it in.
Oh, that was big.
You told me Katie was telling you to say it for the pod.
Am I allowed to have cocktails during this?
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
we're all having
Just had to confirm.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Why don't you introduce yourself?
Okay.
Tell us a little bit about, your history with reading, how you read now, and anything else about books.
Hi, America. Nice to be here. Great to be here. Happy to be here.
We're happy to have you.
So I don't read at all. I have no time ever to read. But my best friend decided to start a podcast about books, and I was like, oh, I have to be a friend. I'm going to listen. So I started listening, and, I listened, and I don't know what they're talking about, but I'm like, oh, I love them. I could listen. So listened to their podcast about this one book, and then things happened in my life, and now I'm stuck in a car for literally 2.5 hours every single day.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, what am I going to do with my time for 2.5 hours? I'm going to listen to a book.
Yes.
Audiobook to the rescue.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. And I have to tell you, it is just literally the best thing ever. I cannot wait to get into the car and listen to the book. So I chose this book, not because I had any idea what it was about, honestly, because of the name. I was like, bourbon. My husband loves bourbon. And lies. It has like this sounds fun. Gotta listen, gotta read it.
So Erica, tell the listeners, what was the last book that you read?
Oh my. What was the okay, well, no, it's not fun.
What was it, Twilight?
Well, yes, if it's going to be like a real book, yeah, but my son has autism, so I've read books on autism. It was like books to help my family.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, maybe Twilight.
Yeah.
Honestly.
And then what did you tell me that you wanted to read a book, but you didn't want any sci-fi?
Yeah.
Like
Katie loves these fantasy books. And I'm like, I don't have time for that.
Yeah, I think Erica gets a little confused with sci-fi and romantasy in it.
I also have no idea. So full transparency, when you guys talk about things and I'm like, I don't know what that means. I don't know what a trope is. I don't know. So whatever. So I'm just going to start this. It seems fun. And then I read the back. Well, read, online what it was about. And I was like, oh, this is spicy.
Yeah.
It is spicy.
So I listened to it. literally listened to it so quickly, and I was like, I need more.
Don't worry, there's 2 other books. Have you started
I've
them?
already started the second.
All right, so I can't wait. If I had to put the 3 books in order of my favorites of the Bourbon and Lies series, it's the third one, Bourbon and Proof, then Bourbon and Lies, and then the second one, Bourbon and
Secrets.
Secrets. Still very good, right? I really liked the second one. The whole series is great, but that's what I would put the order in, so I'm excited.
But I have to say, so like I'm only like, again, I'm not physically reading the book.
Yeah,
Doesn't-
I'm
audiobook.
listening to it.
We're not physical book purists here. You read the book however you can read the
Wait,
book.
are you
I-
using Audible?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah, for sure. But I have to say, like, I don't know, maybe halfway through it so far, and I literally started 3 days ago. But I feel like Katie would like it. It's more like the sexy stuff is so minimal. It's an actual like mystery.
Yes.
Like what's happening is like there is very much Law and Order vibes happening. And like that's what the book is about. Where I felt like Bourbon and Lies, it was very much a love story. And it was about the love.
So you think it's less, you think the second book has more mystery than the first
from
book?
where I'm at least, and I haven't finished it, but so far it's really like there's a lot. There's 2 storylines going here that are mystery.
So this is the stuff where you're saying you don't need to know tropes to enjoy anything, but romance novels follow a pretty predictable formula, and then the tropes and the scenery and all of that will sort of change. But like the first book was more enemies to lovers than anything else. It wasn't really. It was more like grumpy sunshine. And the second one, the single dad romance, is a big subgenre, is a big trope, and it's one of my favorites. You would think that it wouldn't be.
Yeah,
but
I'm
it
like-
always is, because the dad is already a little bit more vulnerable because he has children. So you're starting off at an interesting place, and very often it's a single dad nanny situation.
Ugh, I hate that.
And I like
no,
but you
Faye
would
is
think-
no
but
nanny.
Faye is no nanny. In this book, that's not the case. But very often, that's the trope. And I
you
love
like
that
a single
nanny.
dad nanny?
I do love a single
I
dad
don't like that.
nanny.
I think that's trashy.
These fox. Okay, I have a couple things. One, I need to go to Kentucky.
Yeah, we got to go for. That's what we were saying. We got to go to a distillery.
Gotta go to the bourbon
Well,
tour.
I gotta go because like if this is what Kentucky looks like, which from what it sounds like is literally stunning, stunning.
Mm-hmm.
Also, like, where are these Fox brothers living? Like
Well,
every one of them.
They're living on the
They're
distillery
just-
land.
They're literally, no pun intended, foxes.
Yeah, I believe the pun was intended.
yeah.
Literally,
Foxes,
know.
2X.
I don't know.
2X foxes.
Like, there's
I
like,
believe Victoria Wilder thought of that when she was
Yeah.
naming these brothers.
I mean, also like, I know so much about bourbon, which is why I brought bourbon.
Obviously, Fox bourbon is not real,
No,
but you did bring us Kentucky bourbon.
I did.
Of Maker's Mark.
I
So
did.
It's. I mean, we have it in mugs. Should we take the shot
oh,
now?
we
just in
should
honor?
cheers. We should
Cheers.
cheers.
we should cheers.
Cheers.
Clink, clink.
Cheers.
Come on. It's gonna ruin the tour.
Woo!
I just did a sip. I didn't drink
I
it
just did a
all.
sip. Where I did.
Oh, I had a little bit of a dribble.
Yeah.
But in, one of these romance novels, they would just lick it off. So
Oh my God, Erica!
Wait, this is what I wanted to ask, because Bourbon and Lies was like your first like smutty, spicy romance novel.
So it was romance specifically. Like
Romance
I've read
specifically.
like spicy spice, but this was my first like just romance.
Normal people
Yeah,
put it on, which is what we were afraid of.
I guess we did Great Big Beautiful Life, but that wasn't that
That wasn't that
spicy.
spicy.
Yeah.
So you went into it not really knowing that it was.
No,
going to
I
be.
did tell you that it was spicy.
but I did not know what that meant.
Oh,
No,
okay.
and then you're listening to it, which me and Katie have talked about. Listening to spicy scenes is, even when you're alone, even when you're in the car and nobody can hear it. It's just
Yeah.
a whole other level of experiencing it. What happened when one of those scenes hit you?
So the first moment, the first scene that was inappropriate, which was when he had to go into his house and
Relieve himself.
relieve himself.
Mm-hmm.
I was driving on 287 in New Jersey.
Uh-huh.
So people know what that is in
Set
New
the
Jersey.
scene.
It's a very, 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 very fast road. And it was happening. And I was like, oh my God. And then I had to talk to text to Katie. And I
Yeah.
had to say, oh my God. I had to turn this off. Because I was like, what are my... speechless.
Speechless. I agree. That
Then-
was a that really threw me for a loop really early on in the book. That came hot and heavy, and I was like, "Bleh."
I just don't think I was prepared for the level of detail.
Like the graphic nature.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're adults. We understand how these things happen. But like to hear it is such a different situation. Like, and then I continued to listen and listen and listen, and I couldn't stop listening because the storyline and everything about it. And I was getting my nails done, and I was in the nail salon with my headphones
Oh
on.
Yeah.
no.
Yeah.
And
I've been there. Yeah.
I'm sitting there, and all I can think is like, oh,
Can she hear
oh,
this?
oh my God. Do you think they hear this? Do you think okay. Oh my God. Are they getting tight enough? I don't know.
Do you like it?
I'm reading the second book.
That's all I want to know. Oh,
I think that the smutty smut is keeping Erica engaged.
Okay. Listen, I love love.
Oh,
I love love.
she loves love. We know
I
this
love
about her.
love. I don't need the smutty, as you guys call it, which again, didn't know what that meant. Had no idea.
Spicy scenes, the smutty scenes.
I just was like, sexy time. But I love love.
Yeah.
And these books are like this love. And I just love love.
That's the
Katie hates it.
I
Well, no,
know.
so-
It's just not. That is what you
call it
want
the present.
the main storyline of the book that you're reading to be about, and that doesn't need to be the storyline for me to find a book interesting.
But isn't that romance, Elise?
Yes. So
Yeah.
romance novels, the beats, whether or not they're spicy or not, they always end with a happy ending. Right. So like it's always like love prevails at the, and we leave feeling good. We leave being happy.
And you know what makes me happy now reading the second book? That they still love each other so much.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
are they featured?
constantly
Yeah,
talk
yeah,
about
they
it.
are.
Are they
Featured.
featured?
Of course. And you know what? The dog.
Oh,
Yeah, the
Julep!
Julep's still there. Julep's still there.
Oh my
Julep
god!
is still there. And in fact, they had another one.
Mm-hmm.
There's a puppy. I know.
There's a puppy.
There's a baby puppy
Oh.
in the next book.
I know.
Not their dog. It's part of Lincoln's story.
Oh.
Actually, that is very cute. I forgot about that. You would really like the
So
second.
here's the
I
thing.
think
I
she
think now that I'm
would.
thinking about it,
Elise, I
I
really think she
you
would.
I said if I was in a reading slump or if I had time, I think I would read the second book in the
Yeah.
series. It kept me engaged because I had a mystery. And if you're saying this one has even more of a mystery, I think it's something I would want to read. But I've got a pack schedule right now.
She's got a pack schedule.
I've got a pack schedule.
And one thing that you will like, if romance is sort of going to be your genre, if we've gotten you back into reading, which I so hope we did, you will find that another very common just part of the romance genre is that they're almost always series, like these type of
Yeah, I
romance books.
love that.
And so they're standalone interconnected would be like the technical publishing term. Like you could read the second one of the Bourbon and
Yep.
Secrets without reading Bourbon and Lies. The main story would remain the same. You would enjoy it. But it's more enjoyable if you read the first book first. And like you get to know the character. So it's usually a friend group, sisters, brothers. I'm going to give you some of my recommendations for what you should read after this, depending on what you're feeling. But when you're talking about sports romances, it's teammates. Like when you're talking about billionaire romance, which I actually think you would enjoy. I feel like maybe a couple billionaire romances would really strike your fancy.
But like, I don't know if I'd love a billionaire romance.
I don't think you would.
Because you know why? It's not real. Like, to me, I enjoyed this
Okay,
so
all
much
right.
because I felt like I was like,
They could
I want to
exist.
be that person. Like, I love it. Like, I could see this happening. Like,
It's more attainable.
yeah.
You
Like,
could show up at a distillery in Kentucky and you could be like, who's that hunk?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the opposite of
Things-
Katie when it comes to romance, who wants to
Yeah.
be like, I want to be able to not find this man anywhere. In fact, I
Yeah.
want him to be a fairy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I don't like.
Yeah, and you said I don't like fake stuff. I just want real things, and I'm like, I don't want real stuff. Like, I'm
One
not
of
interested.
my best friends is the same way. Melissa is always like, you tell me when you read a book that you like that has nothing to do with
Yeah.
dragons, because I simply
I
can't suspend belief. And that's fine. That's a genre thing. That's a preference thing.
Yeah,
So-
I'd rather read something that it's like a good movie. Like when you're like, oh, you end and you're like, that was such a feel-good movie. Like I really loved it. Like, oh, what a good love story.
Oh my god,
Like I
Erica, you're so soft.
don't know. Like it was just so good. Like I want to go to Kentucky. I want to drink bourbon and I don't even like bourbon.
Erica's converted.
It's safe to say that the Bourbon Boys series by Victoria Wilder has turned you into a reader
It has definitely again, I don't wanna say I'm a reader because I can't sit down and read a book.
No,
No, it doesn't
But
matter.
I
It's the
but
same
I have
thing.
time but the time that I have since acquired in my car to get to work, it has, 100% made me be like, "What am I reading next?"
Yeah.
In the fact that I had asked both of you, I said, "Well, I really loved this. What can I read next that's similar that you think I really like?" So I really appreciate that you are giving me this because otherwise I'd be like, oh, I'd be looking on like the internet, like, oh, what are the top 10 reads? And then I'm going to start reading it. Then I'm going to be bored.
Do you listen to podcasts?
Yeah, I mean, here and there. But
Okay.
again, the time is like my time is so limited. I can't work and listen to things.
Yeah, that's
Whereas
true.
a lot of people, they can do their job and listen to things.
Yeah, I
And that's
can't
what
do
my
that.
husband does. And I think that's what you guys do sometimes. Like, I have to work and focus on work. I
Yeah.
can't do two
Yeah.
things at the same time.
Yeah, I wanted to say anybody who reads is a reader, and it doesn't matter how you're reading, in my opinion. I
Right.
to try to put some sort of value on the way that you read is so silly. And those people are they're honestly snobs. They're book snobs. Like if you're reading, you're
Rude.
reading.
Yeah.
So,
Who cares how you're doing
yeah.
it?
So
And I
you're
have
a
to
reader.
say,
You're reading right now. It's like it brought you back.
it is like a really nice escape.
Yeah, it's great. That's why I like to read.
Yeah.
The real world is scary.
Like, life is crazy.
Yeah. And
Life is stressful. Life is hard. Everybody's life has something in it. So to be able to take your mind away and just focus on this story,
Yeah.
it really is wonderful. So
A
thank you.
stunning vista in Kentucky.
Thank you both for
Yeah.
giving me this lovely idea.
Oh my gosh. Well, thank you for taking the Rex. I have a couple more for you. Your next one should definitely be the Windy City series by Liz Tomford. I'll send this to you. And it's a sports.
Okay, what is the sport?
So they go through all of them. So it's a Chicago base, everybody's in Chicago. And
Oh
so
my God.
it's
Like hockey,
it's
baseball,
hockey,
football.
baseball, basketball.
Football.
There's no football because I don't
Oh.
think Chicago is a football team. I mean, again, these are fake football teams. Wait,
Chicago
The
Bears.
Bears. The Bears.
Da Bears. I don't know how Erica knew that, but even Erica knew that Chicago had Da Bears.
Yikes, yikes. Yikesy yikes. So yes, but yeah, so they're all sort of interconnected a little bit. The first two female main characters are flight attendants on the private planes that the players have to take when they're going to when they're going to
That sounds sexy.
So this is Elsie Silver
We love Elsie Silver.
and this is Stray Cowboy. These are straight cowboy romances. So this is the first one and so it's brothers again. You will really like this. These are straight cowboy, like they own a ranch.
Okay. Oh.
In this book, he's a bull rider. The main
Yes.
male character, Elsie Silver, I think you're going to enjoy. And then I actually brought this one because this was one of my my first romance ever, and I don't even know if anybody really talks about it anymore. This is a historical romance. So the Secret of the Pink Carnation,
Oh.
and this one goes back and forth between time periods. Like you're going into historical romance, different genre, but still the same type. Oh, this was my last one.
Oh.
No, it's about gods. It's like Persephone and Hades. So it's like a
Nope.
retelling of a myth.
Nope.
Remember when you read Twilight?
That was
Nope.
about vampires.
Yeah, but it was different.
Was it?
I don't know. if it's different. I don't know. We'll see if we can go.
So Scarlett St. Clair actually has a modern day vampire book, and it's good. Like I feel like you would like that, and it's good because it's modern day, like Twilight's modern day. But
Yeah, but like I don't know. I have bad juju
with vampires, you got something against
with
vampires?
Twilight.
You got bad juju with Twilight? Oh no.
Anyway,
All right.
thank you, podcast.
Thank you. Thank you, John Rudd.
Thank you, the Jean Rudd hashtag for
The bourbon has hit.
The very
yes.
yeah. She's like, yes, it has. It has hit. And Erica's like, I was articulate for so long, and now
Thank you guys for introducing me back into books, being able to listen to them. It definitely takes up my time. I enjoy it. I think about it. I talk about it with my husband. He's like, wow, you really like that book. I'm like, I really like this book.
amazing.
I love it.
Love it. Well, thanks for coming on the pod.
Thanks for having me.
Right.
All right, bye.
Bye.
Let's jump into it. So, The Night and the Moth by Rachel Gillig. It's definitely a romantasy. I would
Yep.
say a Gothic romance as well. I mean, it's obviously very atmospheric, has the Gothic vibe that Rachel Gillig is known for.
Let me ask you a question here.
Yeah.
When we're saying Gothic vibes,
hmm
what is that pertaining to?
I mean, it's sort of like I would say most dark academia has like Gothic vibes too.
Yeah.
It's castles. It's, dark libraries where mysterious things are hidden. It's, yeah,
Churches?
like churches, like it's like the Hunchback of Notre Dame. It's
Oh, you would call that Gothic?
yeah, I would call that Gothic.
Interesting, because when I started reading this, I thought it was gonna be like a dark romantasy like Rose in Chains,
Yeah.
and I wasn't getting that vibe. That's why I
No,
was
well,
wondering.
yeah, I wouldn't say it's not a dark anything. Like
Okay.
that's like the setting is Gothic.
Okay.
So it's
Okay.
also like, it's a little creepy sometimes. Like Gothic can be a little creepy. This one's not too creepy.
Yeah, this is not too creepy, but yeah.
No, no, no. Definitely not dark like Rose and Chains. Like nothing, like no
Yeah.
trigger warnings here,
Nope.
unless gargoyles freak you out or something. But there's nothing dark about this particular romance.
No, I wouldn't say so.
Yeah. All right. So what about the tropes? What did you think?
I mean, I was really getting enemies to lovers. I feel like it
Mm-hmm.
was a pretty slow burn,
Yep.
but also a little
Check.
bit of he falls first.
Mm-hmm.
Not that we
Your
really
favorite.
Yeah, I love that he falls first, but I
Mhm.
do think that we didn't really know that until, the mutual love was confessed by both parties,
Yeah, I think so too.
I feel like.
I think there was, obviously like a bit of a quest slash chosen one
Yeah,
in
there was
here.
some
I mean,
quests.
yeah, there were some quests. They were questing for sure. There was multiple quests or quests with multiple goals at the very least.
Honestly, a couple too many goals, I would say.
Well, well, that's true because it was really hard to keep track of those stone objects after a while. I was like, how many do we have left?
I was like, "Where are
How
we
many are
putting
we
these
looking for?
all?"
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. And then obviously, magical companion
ugh,
Bartholomew.
my favorite part of the book.
I know, I know. We'll definitely get into that. He deserves a full breakdown just in and of itself.
I think so.
So, when this is written by Rachel Gillig, who I love. I mean, she
Yeah,
wrote the Shepherd King series. That was her last big one, a duology, and was so good. Again, same sort of completely different setting, but like again, a very gothic type of atmosphere. And
yeah,
that one was creepier with like the mist and all of that. And a really
yeah.
interesting complicated magic system. Like that one had the cards, this one had all of these stone objects. They had,
Mhm.
godlike creatures in them. They're very different books, but you can definitely tell it's like a Rachel Gillig book, I
I
think.
think that I like the way that she does her magic systems. I think they're
Mhm.
different than a lot of other authors that we're reading about. Honestly, they're so different that I think back about the Shepherd series and I'm like, "How'd those cards work again?" Like, it
Yeah,
was complicated. You're not gonna
yeah.
find another book where there's that same type of magic system.
No. No, it really takes a step away from the, like standard romantasy, witches, fairies, some sort of magical creature. I also thought at the end, I don't know if you read the acknowledgments, like at the end of the book. In the beginning of it, she writes like a little like story.
Yeah.
And it's about a girl who didn't think she would ever be able to write another book. Like, did so well, and suddenly there was just no inspiration and she couldn't get anything done. And she thought she was done. She basically had like this writer's block that like she couldn't get unblocked,
Oh,
basically,
wow.
until she finally did. And the whole story was just, like you can't like rush inspiration. Like inspiration is its own sort of magic. Like creativity is its own sort of magic. So even in the darkest of times, it'll come back around again, but you have to work for it. It was honestly inspiring.
I mean, because there are like, Bartholomew, which we'll talk about, our little gargoyle friend, was a character like I've never seen before.
Yeah,
My absolute favorite, and
yeah,
that was very creative, I thought.
yeah. Oh, it was unbelievable. He was the thread that held this together. Let's give our one line plots, and then maybe we can just start the review with Bartholomew. Okay, you do your one line plot first.
Okay. A coven of angsty diviners tastes freedom and vanishes. The last girl standing saddles up with a rowdy knight and a ragtag crew to hunt them all down, all while collecting secrets and side quests.
So many side quests. That's true.
So many.
So many side
with
quests.
their little ragtag crew.
All right, mine. So, a sweeping saga of power and loyalty, continuously upstaged by a sentient gargoyle with perfect comedic timing and zero respect for the plot. So, so that's mine.
Bartholomew!
Bartholomew!
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
That's it. Let's go right into
that's
Bartholomew.
okay. All right, Bartholomew. Okay, do you want to give the readers just a quick description of who Bartholomew is as a character?
I will try because
Okay.
this is how I pictured him in my head. So, Bartholomew is a gargoyle shaped like a bat,
Yes,
but it seems maybe like he walks
and also flies.
and flies. So he walks and flies. So in my head, he's like a walking man bat that has tiny little wings.
That's sort of what I'm picturing him as well. He's like and like kind of like a little round belly. I just
Yeah,
picture him
he's
just
like
sort
a
of
little
walking
round
around.
guy.
Well,
He reminds me because he feels very childlike.
yeah,
So he knows what's going on, but he doesn't really know what's going on, but sometimes he knows more
yeah,
about what's going on than you think, and he's always getting words mixed up. He constantly refers to everyone as Bartholomew.
yeah.
So,
No
you,
one,
that
yeah.
person,
He
everyone's name
doesn't.
is Bartholomew.
He doesn't call anybody by their names. He just calls them all Bartholomew.
Yep. That like, I absolutely love that. It
Yeah,
was my favorite thing.
yeah. I'm actually going to send you right now a picture of what I actually pictured Bartholomew. So let me
Okay.
send this to you quickly.
Are you texting
Um,
me?
yeah, I'm texting it to you. Okay, so are you looking at the picture?
Yeah.
I picture him like a smaller version of the blue one.
Okay, yeah, exactly right.
Yeah. So,
Exactly right.
and when I just sent Katie a picture of the cartoon cast from the, I want to say late 80s, early 90s cartoon show Gargoyles.
I feel like Amanda I feel our little sister watched this. So it might have been in the
1990,
90s.
1994 it came out, according
Oh,
to my, yeah.
that's when she was
Or maybe
born.
that's where it ended. So it was 3 seasons. So it was probably like 1992 or 3 or something. I don't know.
This is
Because it's
exactly
also,
how this is
yeah.
exactly how I picture him.
And I believe Gargoyles was like a Saturday morning cartoon.
Yep.
So it was, and so those seasons could mean nothing. They could have made 3 seasons in 1 year. I think they really played fast and loose with the definition of seasons for Saturday morning cartoons.
Okay, wait. No, so the first episode was 1994 and their last
Okay.
episode was 1997. So yes, this is 100% something that our little sister used to watch.
Yeah, but that's what I just pictured, that little guy, just a smaller version of this little blue one. We'll
100%.
put it we'll put him in the
It's
show notes.
it's yeah, it's so funny that you said that. I couldn't think of anything else where there were gargoyles as, like, live and animate as Bartholomew is in this
Yeah.
book, or the other gargoyles.
Well, I mean, I think Hunchback of Notre Dame, also Disney movie, had gargoyles in it. They were
Did
like
it?
they were the sidekicks of the Hunchback. Okay, hold on.
He
They
wasn't
were
he wasn't a gargoyle,
No,
right?
he wasn't a gargoyle. He was the ringer of the bell. I'm pretty sure. I'm trying to remember if they were like friends with Quasimodo. Oh my god. Actually, Katie, this is better. I can't believe I can't believe I didn't look this up sooner.
I feel
It's coming
like
at you.
I do
It's
not
coming
think I
at you.
like I do not think I like The Hunchback of Notre Dame. I feel
Honestly,
like
very adult film
yeah.
for I mean the bad guy in that film was a priest and was lusting over Esmeralda, and he had a whole song that was basically just about how he wanted to kidnap her for his own purposes.
Oh my god. Yeah. These gargoyles
Yes.
are chubby and happy.
Yeah, this is more, yeah, like one of these guys is more, I think,
Yeah.
more the speed. Like a combination of the Saturday morning cartoon and the gargoyles from Hunchback of Notre
Like
Dame.
that
Those,
green one.
yeah, yeah.
Perfect. That's Bartholomew.
Yeah, that's Bartholomew, and of course his own little special je ne sais quoi. We can't take it away from him, but yeah, and he's just always around. He really has a soft spot for Six slash Sybil. He was the comic relief, but he was also kind of the driving force of the story a lot of the times. He was very important to the plot, even though you thought he was just there for a good time.
I thought he was there for a good time, to be quite
Yeah.
honest. Do you know what I thought this was giving?
What? What?
Robin Hood Men in Tights.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Interesting.
I I was like, "What is this? Like, what is this reminding me of?"
Yeah.
And it was Robin Hood Men in Tights. I felt like this crew, this little ragtag crew, after they
Yeah.
left, the cathedral and they were set to go on their quests, were just, like, messing things up left and right. Like, they were not organized. I felt like they were flying by the seat of their pants, and it was very much reminding me of Robin Hood Men in Tights.
Very, very interesting. I
And
did.
then, like, with Bartholomew being the comic relief, I was laughing. I was laughing out loud at things that he would say,
Yes. Yes, I would.
or
I would laugh out loud.
or
Yeah.
situations where they found themselves. I actually had to go back because I thought this book was kind of YA. It was not giving adult. I guess I feel like
Mhm.
I haven't read a book where there was so much comic relief. This very much was funny little things that happened weaved into a fantasy quest.
I think it was just because of Bartholomew the Gargoyle. Like, because I just double checked. It's not, no, it's not YA. It's,
I know.
categorized as adult fantasy. But I think it was because, I mean, I actually thought they were dealing with some pretty heavy themes throughout it, but it didn't matter because every time something got too heavy, Bartholomew called somebody not named Bartholomew, and I was like, there he is. There he is again, just being adorable.
It
Being a
it just
squire, being happy to be a squire, so happy for Bartholomew.
oh my god, he was so like, that's it. Like, when he was a squire but the other thing is that he would just break down crying.
Oh
He
yeah,
would break
he was
down.
very sensitive.
He was so sensitive.
Yeah.
It was yeah, Robin Hood Men in Tights.
Interesting, interesting. I had one book thing and then one song. I thought the book gave a little bit of Blood and Ash, not any of the later books in
Mm.
that series, but just how Poppy was sort of kept under the veil as like this,
Oh, yes.
pseudo religious figure that was important for the kingdom, and then, but was just being held under false pretenses, and Hawk
Yeah. Okay, good point.
stole her away. That's literally it. And that's where the similarities end. And then I also could not stop singing Mirrorball by Taylor Swift by the end of this book because I can go anywhere I want, just not home, which is just like what last the whole third
Yeah.
like act of this book was just how devastated Sybil was now that she's sort of come to terms with how the abbess lied to her and how the gods aren't actually gods, when she's come to terms with how her entire life has been a lie.
Yeah.
But she's still so much missing the way that she felt when she was important and a divine. Like, she felt like she had a task, and she felt like the abbess did love her, even though it's very clear that, of course, she didn't. That she really could go anywhere now. She could go anywhere she wants, but she can't go
Yeah.
home. I sang it. I sang it nonstop last quarter of the book.
Okay, that's interesting.
Yeah.
I think that can relate.
Yeah. So, I mean, just high level overall before we get deeper. Did you like it?
Yes, I liked it.
Yeah.
I thought it was fun. I I'll definitely say the quest part was very long.
Too questy for you.
It was too questy. I almost wish that we could have gotten more um when they were in the beginning when all the diviners were together at the cathedral, but then they would sneak out and
Yeah.
hang out with all the people that would come to the cathedral. I loved that. I thought that was so fun. I wish we got a little bit more of a background
Yeah.
on that before we went right into the quests.
Yeah.
But I did. I thought this was I thought it was good. I thought Bartholomew was like the greatest character of this year.
Yes, I would say that if we gave awards for characters, Bartholomew would win hands down.
Yeah.
If I could just give Bartholomew a star rating, infinity stars.
Infinity stars. Wings up for this little
Wings,
bat.
wings up for this little bat gargoyle.
I love him.
Yeah.
What about
Yeah,
you?
and I loved it too. I thought it was super good. I think I really love Rachel Gillig. Like, this was a very, like I said, it was very reminiscent of The Shepherd King, but only in her writing style, not in story or anything like that.
Yeah.
And the magic system was so layered and so interesting, and just like nothing anybody has ever read anywhere else, which is so nice. Like, sometimes
Yeah.
like when you're reading just Kindle Unlimited romantasy, like back to back to back, and you're just like, this is the same book
Yeah.
Just different characters' names, slightly different twist. Like you read one of her books and it's a whole new adventure. So I mean, I know we talked about Bartholomew, but I want to talk about Sybil, 6/Sybil.
Yes.
As an eldest daughter and a Virgo rising, I really saw where she like really bought into pleasing the abbess, like, and like doing good at her job. Like she wanted to be good at her job. She was special. The abbess loved her. She was the best diviner, and she wanted to stay being the best diviner. And I really, I identify with that. But then you find out, and maybe this is the Aquarius sun in me, that actually all the rules you have are dumb, and everybody just made it up. So now you got to get out of here. Now
Yeah.
you like got to run away.
Can't
But
relate.
can't yeah, no, like you're 3 Scorpio in your sign. We'll never relate to this.
No.
No.
Can't relate. I would have been out of there. I would have been the
Y-
worst one. I would get
y-
there on my deathbed and they would say, "Ooh, not this girl."
Not this girl. Ooh, no. No, 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 no,
Mm-mm.
no. The abbess would have brought you back to life, and the first thing you would have done was like punched her in the face, and she would have been like, "Nope, back to being dead for you." Like, I mean, they all hated being diviners. They hated drowning
Well,
every single day.
let me ask you this. When you were picturing it, I was thinking that they were being held underwater, but is the expectation that we're supposed to think they're drowning, like truly drowning?
Well, yes, they die. They're like, yeah, like they're drowning. Is what how I understood it. The way that I sort of pictured it was that it was like a big ceremonial stone tub. They keep calling it the lake or the
Yeah, but it sounded nasty,
yeah, but it was like a gross water spring.
swampy. Yeah, it was like a
Like what did they?
spring, but
It was a spring. I forget what they were calling it. Like the water in it was totally gross,
yeah.
but magical. It was totally gross magical water. No, you know
Drowning?
what I think? If I'm really thinking about it, that they go and they drown, and then they're taken out of the water because they talk while they're having their visions.
Mhm, mhm.
Hmm. Oh my god, this also actually gave me another It's Giving that I forgot until this moment because I got so distracted by the gargoyles.
What?
Minority Report. Do you remember Minority Report, the Tom Cruise movie and the
Wait,
short-lived television show? I think it was also a book.
I feel like I'm thinking of maybe not Minority Report, but there was a show that we watched on some network channel where there was a girl who would go in like a chamber underwater and then she would solve murders?
Yes, okay, that was Minority Report, the television show, a very short-lived one-season, like, version of Minority
I
Report
don't
that
think it
didn't
was
go
called
anywhere.
that though.
It I think it was.
I don't think it was.
But the whole point of Minority Report is that there's a future where there's no crime because there's 3 special people who are hooked up to tubes and suspended into water all of the time, constantly looking into the future, so you catch criminals before they do anything. But yeah, so I did. I really related to Sybil because she hated her job. They all hated their job.
Mhm.
But she was going to make the best of it. She was going to make sure everybody was proud of her. And she was going to be devastated when somebody told her that her job wasn't important.
Yep.
Rory. And she was going to try to keep all of her other diviners in line. Like the one diviner who would just constantly sneak out with boys and like really
Yeah.
always wanted to go to the fair. That was you. I think that was
Oh
one.
yeah.
I think
Yeah, yeah,
you were
yeah.
one.
Like I was totally one. Like couldn't be
Yeah.
bothered. Couldn't be bothered. Like I was looking for other things to do. So I can't relate. I cannot relate to Sybil. I do like how feisty she was. She had a freaking attitude on her. And I was like, girl, you never left this cathedral. And she was a jokester. She was a jokester.
Yeah, no, she was not here for any of your business.
No,
She's like, unless it was diviner business, she was not here for it.
no,
And then when she figured out that things were going awry, she was definitely not here to be anybody's fool after she realized she had been somebody's fool for so long.
for so long. Yeah. Another thing that really reminded me of Robin Hood Men in Tights was Rory's last name, Mendacious.
Yeah.
Everybody had kind of funny names. Like the king was Benji. Like we were just calling him Benji.
Benji. Yeah.
It was so casual and I mean, if that is not Robin Hood Men in Tights.
Just yelling the word Bartholomew and mendacious all the
Mendacious.
time.
Mendacious. I was like, this is so silly. I
Yeah.
am laughing.
Yeah. You know what I also liked is that Sybil was constantly described as incredibly strong. So, like,
Well, yeah.
they never spoke about, like, what she looked like, but, like, even when she was at the cathedral, because she had the hammer and chisel that the abbess gave her. Ding,
Yeah.
ding, 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 ding.
Yeah.
Turned out to be very effective weapon, but ding, 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 ding. I just kept
Yeah.
picturing that.
I just kept
Um,
picturing them like the size of like
like Thor's hammer.
no, like this big, like the
Oh, okay.
operations, like the game
Yeah.
operations. Like I was
Oh,
thinking of like a hammer like this big that she's
I
just like holding around.
yeah,
Like I thought that those were also so silly to me. Like I was
yeah,
laughing. I was laughing all the time at this book, and I don't know,
yeah.
maybe I wasn't supposed to. It was making me chuckle.
But, yeah, they never really talked about, like, what she looked like so much as just, constantly wearing a veil, having blonde hair, and being, like, the strongest girl in the world. I think because she was
Yeah,
doing a lot of
but
stoneworking and
I know, honestly, it feels like they were busy with tasks, and a lot of those tasks happen to be heavy stonework.
yeah, heavy stonework. Lots of carrying things around, like,
Yeah.
pretty manual labor chores.
Yeah, picking things up and putting them down
Putting things down.
elsewhere.
Yeah, for a
Yeah.
lot. Alright, let's go to, mendacious good old Rory.
Mendacious. Um, I liked him. He was, he was a bad boy with a heart of gold, I think.
Yeah, he was a BBWHG for sure.
Yeah, I think he and his justice are just his. I don't know.
I know, he was really taking vows, but, like,
Not
he wasn't
really.
really he didn't really believe him. He was willing to break those vows, certainly for Sybil.
Yeah, he
No
was like,
problem
"Ooh,
there.
ooh, a hottie. I don't wanna be a knight anymore." I think he was looking for love. I think he was looking for a family. Like, that's
Yes.
where the chosen family, I
Yeah,
think, from his storyline would come in.
and I think he thought he found it
I
with
know.
Benji and Mon. I don't know, and I liked Rory, but, like, I found that I didn't love Rory as much as I wanted to love him.
I
I don't think he's not on, like, my book boyfriend list by
No,
any
no, no.
means. I think he was a really good foil to Violet. I mean Sybil, sorry. I don't know. I've been wanting to call her Violet this entire time, and I was so good. So good
Change
at
your
not
name.
doing it. Yeah,
Change
just
your
change
name.
change the name, it's Violet. But you really believed that she didn't like him from the beginning, but you also saw that, like, he changed his mind immediately. Just, as soon as she took
Yeah.
that mirth root or whatever they were smoking and took a big ass drag, and he was just like, "That's my girl. I found her." Like, I thought she was not cool, but turns out she can party. So
Oh my
that's
god. That 100%, 100%. I'm like, Sybil's pretty badass. Like, she's about to have a good time. Yes, but he was not he doesn't stand out in my head as a book boyfriend
no.
character, but I liked him fine enough. Do you know who Maud reminds me of? This is the only thing I thought of when when we were talking about Maud,
Yeah.
was Brienne of Tarth,
Oh, yeah,
on Game
for
of
sure.
Thrones.
I didn't think that until you said it right now, but you're 100% correct.
No, like, it was 100% her. That's
Yeah,
all I could think of.
yeah. Just like a woman at the top of her field, but
Yeah.
not given the respect that she deserves, and also
No.
thinking, "Should I be rolling around killing sprites when they're just starving? There's just
Yeah.
starving little individuals?"
Yeah. So, I liked her.
Yeah, I liked her too. Okay, what'd you think about Benji?
I had a hard time getting a read on Benji. He was known as the boy king because I think we're supposed to think he's, like, 18,
Yeah,
right?
he's supposed to be young, and I think we get at one point Rory says something because Sybil doesn't know how old she is.
Yeah, yeah.
And she, like, asks, like, "Do I seem old?" And he's like, "No, you seem like my age."
I think he was, like, 24.
Yeah. And yeah, Benji's younger, so I would assume 18 would make sense.
Yeah. I felt like I kinda liked him at the beginning, but I knew his casual, "Just call me Benji" vibe wasn't going to be real.
I remember thinking, did this book need 2 comedic relief characters? Because in the
Yeah.
beginning, he was, like, given the comedy in the way that sort of the gargoyle was giving the comedy, but just in a human way, and I was like, "I don't know if we need 2."
That's what I mean by Robin Hood Men in Tights. And
Yeah.
then when they would say, when Mendacious or Benji would be like, "We're taking up the mantle."
Yeah.
That was the most ridiculous phrase I feel like I've ever heard.
Yeah.
That every single time they said it, I was like, there's no possible way
Yeah.
anybody can take you seriously when you say
No.
that.
And he was also just drinking a lot.
Yeah.
If they weren't actively questing,
He was drunk.
Benji was drunk.
Yeah.
and no one seemed to have a problem about it. And then
No.
obviously it like really turned near the end of the book where when Sybil saw him talking to like some of the
Yeah.
other knights that we don't really like, and he was getting a little cagey near the end when Sybil and Rory were like together and holding hands on the quest as you do. I mean, if you're going to be questing with your
Your
girlfriend,
lover. Your lover.
you can hold hands. And when she gave her oath, he was really trying to give her a more serious oath than anybody really wanted or what she wanted.
Yeah.
So I was like, obviously he's not going to be a good guy in all of this. So I wasn't shocked when he did turn at the end. I was shocked though that he knifed Rory.
Oh.
I didn't think he was going to go ahead and try to kill his bestie.
Well, I think that what we were supposed to take away from that is that Benji was this like funny drunk, that he wasn't really a knight, that he wasn't as capable of as all the other people, but then he just like turns around and like ninja knifes Rory.
Yes, exactly. So obviously during the quest, they wanted to get all of the artifacts so Benji could take up the mantle.
Take up the mantle. I challenge you to your craft.
Even though Benji didn't challenge a single person at a craft, it was always
No.
all of his knights, and Sybil. People need something to believe in. People need a faith. And so when Benji was like, "I'll keep your boy, Rory, who I just shanked. I'll let him go. I'll let him live. If you come with me, Sybil, put back on your veil and stop
Yeah.
showing your creepy no eyes
Yeah.
and be my diviner wife. And so then everybody will follow me."
King's gonna be kings.
King's gonna kings, man. I also I thought the Abbess was a good villain too. Like just in the beginning, you knew she was bad.
Yeah.
I mean, anybody who just drowns girls regularly can't be good.
Yeah. No
So,
way.
but what she did to our poor Bartholomew,
Bart.
that was truly a twist I didn't see coming. I thought that maybe he was the first diviner, but I was thinking he would be the first diviner who was a girl. Like he
Yeah.
was around from when the Abbess, who was just a normal gal, she was
Yeah.
just a normal woodworker who just found out that this magical spring of gross water, if you drink it, you could stay alive forever. And then all of these other people came and were basically squabbling about who should be in charge. And she says, "What about this? What about if I kill you? I'll
Yeah.
bring you back to life, and then I'm in charge of keeping you alive. Go about your business. I'll make sure you get your water,
And I'll give you some fancy tools.
and I'll make sure everybody worships you. But I'll make sure you have money and tools
And sprites.
and sprites and things to do. But get out of my face. I'm in charge now." And then
Girl.
Bartholomew divined. He divined for her for so long. He was her first zombie, and
He was a
then
boy
when
zombie.
But then when he said, "I don't really like this anymore. Do you think maybe I can stop being drowned all the time?" She says, "No, you've disappointed me. I'm going to lock you in a cabin because I apparently can't kill you. And wow, surprise, you're a gargoyle."
I like how Bartholomew somehow kept his vibe, like he kept
did.
his little
did.
attitude. He kept his like own signature flavor. He's just a boy.
He's just a boy, little
He's
boy
just a little
gargoyle.
boy. What about I don't know if this is really a twist, but basically how the diviners become diviners. I kind of was hoping that, say, Sybil was taken at like
Yeah.
10 years old from like a very loving home because of one reason or another, and then somehow turned into this,
Yeah.
seer. And what actually happened was that she was going to die anyway, like on the streets.
Yeah. Yeah. That they just basically find girls. And then just, she kills them in the lake, in the gross water lake. they would have been dead anyway.
I thought that was kind of a bummer, but also that they were zombies. They just weren't murderous zombies.
They weren't murderous zombies. But I also was thinking another thing that maybe will come in the second book, but when she goes to the last omen, she was completely stoned. She was a gargoyle, but it was because she stopped drinking the blood of the diviners that the abbess would send
Yeah.
her. Since the weaver stopped drinking it, she was a gargoyle. She was completely stoned. And I'm like, well, our girl Sybil hasn't drank the water in a while. So is our girl going to turn into a gargoyle?
I know. I don't know what to make of it because as it stands now, it sounds like her eyes are made of
Of
stone.
stone. Yeah.
Like she has white stone eyes, but no other part of her body is stone.
No, and they pretty much buried that lake when they went
Yeah.
and destroyed the cathedral. They like dropped it on itself. They're going to need to do another quest, if you will, to
Yeah,
get
another
it.
quest
Yeah.
to get more spring water. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure either, but I think that's maybe something to come.
What did you think about the romance?
Um, I thought it was not super heavy on the romance personally. It was fine. I don't have
Yeah.
any strong thoughts about it. I thought the romance was nice and that I appreciate no love triangle.
Yeah. I thought it was nice too. It was, again, not really too, like you said, heavy on the romance. There was some
Yep.
like good scenes, like the scenes where he was measuring her for the armor and he was just, which
Yes.
basically just required him to feel her up the entire time, I
Yeah.
guess. But like that
Get a little
was
handsy.
a little handsy. Like that was very good. I think their banter was really great.
Yes.
Banter was
Yes.
excellent. But I really think it was much more development and than it was anything else.
Yeah.
And then when they finally got at it, I think you and I disagreed on like the
I
spice level when we were doing this. I don't. It was not very spicy, but I mean, I think that was like that was an open door scene.
And I was like, I also thought that this smut was quite tasteful, and
It was tasteful.
I thought it was tasteful, and it really didn't get too far into the details at all.
No.
I honestly would consider this like more fantasy than
Yeah,
romantasy,
I think
like
so too.
because there were so many quests.
So many quests, and romance was not the A plot.
No, 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 no.
It was a
I would say
very
no.
strong. It was a very strong B plot, but not the A plot. Okay, well, I had a quote that I wanted to say, and I asked you for a quote too. What was your quote?
Okay, my quote is: "It is easier swearing ourselves to someone else's cause than to sit with who we are without one." From
Yeah,
our dear friend Bartholomew.
Bartholomew. There were so many quotes I wanted to do Bartholomew, but I decided to do this one instead. That I had to suffer to earn a home at Acelink Cathedral. That I had to hide my face and name to be useful, to be strong, to be special. That the diviners and I would spend our lives together, that our sisterhood was eternal. But nothing was eternal. I could never go back home. Death fluttered over the world like a breeze, stirring her hair, and I knew it well. I quested through Trom, battled omen sprites, loneliness and longing. I'd made the agonizing pilgrimage from Six to Sybil.
It's great. I feel for that girl when she finds out that
All of
her
the
friends are
diviners had
dead.
dead.
Her
All of the
girls are
diviners.
dead.
And that was really, she was there for the girls. She
I
was
know.
trying to find her girls.
Well, that's kind of how I knew that Benji was a snake when she was like, my only goal, my only quest is to find the rest of the diviners. And he's like, yeah, 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 we can do that while we're also going on my separate
Yes,
quest. And I was
because
like,
I need to take the mantle.
yeah, I need to take the mantle from you, from him, from everybody.
I know. I know.
Okay, should we give our ratings?
Yes. Okay, you give yours first.
Okay, I'm giving this 4 stars.
Okay. I
I'm
think
giving
that's
this
fair.
4 stars, and I think that's fair because the quests were a little questy for me. But otherwise, Bartholomew gets all the stars.
If it was just a book about Bartholomew, 1,000
Yep,
stars. All right.
1,000
Okay.
stars.
As you know, I just started giving star ratings, so I have to
Yes,
now look to see what I gave it. I gave it 4.25 stars.
I think it's great.
Yeah.
I would recommend.
Definitely would recommend. Can't wait for the second one, honestly. Let's see, is it going to be a duology? She loves a duology. Yeah. Oh, it is supposed to be a duology.
Oh, okay, good.
So that's
Love
great.
that.
I love a duology. Rachel Gillig, thank you for just keeping these narratives tight. Keeping them tight.
Seriously, petition to have more duologies.
Not everything needs to be 7 books.
Looking at you, Zodiac Academy.
I agree. All right, you want to tell everybody what we're reading next time?
Okay, next time is my pick, and we're really leaning into the spooky season. So we are reading We Are All Guilty Here by Karen Slaughter, which is a thriller. I'm very excited about this. I think it's going to be a fairly traditional thriller, one that I imagine would be like a TV show that I would watch.
I guess we'll see. But I mean, I'm interested. Feels like it might be scary. I don't like scary things.
I know it
Could be
might be
scary.
scary.
Might be scary.
Yeah.
No, I don't. I don't like that. But I've ready to be pushed out of my comfort zone.
For spooky
And
season.
you did tell me that this author did write the books that Will Trent, the TV show that I do like, is based on. So
Yes.
there's a good in.
I think so.
All right.
Okay.
Well, I think that's it for us.
Remember to rate, review, and subscribe wherever you get your podcasts. And remember, no genre shaming unless it's funny. See you next time. Bye.
Yes, that's why we have this pod. I love it. I love it.